Alrighty, here we are. We're going to go ahead and do a tracking test. We're going to do it my way, though. That turn on? Yep. All right, so on that paper target, I've got a black line running through the middle of the target. So left row of dots, 1, 2, 3, fourth dot is going to be my control. That's my 100-yard 0 dot is what we're going to do. I know the gun's not perfectly zeroed, and I know the ammo's not great, but it's coming in pretty good. I just went 500 a couple in a row and then 1068. So we're going to shoot it 100 yards. I'm going to transition to 500 yards, transition to 1,000 yards, come back to 500 yards, and then come back to my dot. And that's going to be how I run this tracking test. We're going to do this. I've got, looks like I got about 14, 15 rounds to do it in. So here we go. We're going to start at 100 yards, and I'm going to try and move the camera and keep everything rolling in one shot. So I might have to cut some of the in-between fiddle fucking around. But here we go. 100 yard, first row, fourth dot. This is my control as my 100 yard 0. So every bullet should come back pretty close to where I'm at right here, right now. Just like that. Okay, now we're going to transition to 500 yards, and I'm going to dial 1 point, I think it was 1.6 if I remember correctly. So when you transition to 500, see if I can do something here by sick. I'm already lost. Okay, there's that. I need to come straight over and up just a hair. Okay, no, now I'm on the ridge line. There we are. 500 yards. All right, 1.6. 500 yards. Here we go. Which is tough because I'm also dealing with wind. And right now the wind is just laid down. So any wind hold I was thinking about is now vanished. So here we go. That's 500 yards. Okay. We're now going to go 600 yards. Or I'm sorry, we're now going to go 1,068 yards. I should be able to come straight to the right just a little bit. Here we are, 1,068 yards. If I remember correctly, this was 6 mils. All right, here we go. We're going to dial up to 6. 6 mils. 1,068 yards. What was I? 1.6 on that 500-yard shot? Yep. 1,068 yards is where we're going. I'm fighting the wind, fighting everything right now. Six mils is where I realize that's where I'm at. I'm just going to aim right edge. Impact. Okay, now we're going to transition. We're going to come back to 500 yards. We're going to dial down, go to 500 yards. We were at 1.6 at 500. So now I'm going to come back down. It's kind of a pain in the ass by yourself, folks. See if I can do this without making everybody sick. Seems to be my MO. Holy crap, that was way too easy. Okay, now we're at 600 yards, or 500 yards again. Rounds in there. I'm dialed down at 1.6. Just like that. Now we're going to come back down to 0. And we're coming back to 100 yards to see if this old girl actually tracks or not. I know this isn't as fancy. I don't have tall target tests, I don't have any of that stuff, but this is what I do. Alrighty, does everybody remember the dot? The dot was the left row, fourth dot down. I pie-out that thing right in the middle. Let's see if I can do it again here. Damn near the same hole. So, we got a little more ammo, we got a little more time. Let's go ahead and run this right back out. Let's go straight to 500, 1068, 500, and then we'll put that 3-shot group on that 1-inch dot. And then we'll go down there and give you a look at what the group looks like. Here we go back to 500. All right, it's going to be 1.6 at 500 yards. One 6 at 500. I'm going to hold just right edge on the plate. Blue primer. But 500 was successful. Now let's go to 1068 again. Okie dokie, here we go. We're at 1,068 yards. We're gonna dial right back up to 6 mils. See what we can do here, folks. Looks like my wind is back. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and come off that plate. I'd say about 3/10. Oh boy, it was more than 3/10. We're gonna have to go ahead and give it 1/2 mil at 1,000. 1/2 mil of wind at 1,000. There we go. Just like that. 1,068 yards. Okay, now we're going to come back to 500, and then we're going to put that 3rd shot in at 100 yards. I think I'll find it. Right there. Good call. All right, we're back to 500 yards. Here we go. We get it done? I think so. Here we are, 500, folks. I think I'm just going to cheat right 1/3 of target at 500 yards. 1.6 mils dialed. Not a problem. It's just that easy. Now let's put that final one in at 100 yards, and we're going to call this a tall target test. The Team Lawrence tall target test. I don't know what the hell you want to call it. Oh, the redneck way of tracking. Let's find this 100-yard target. We're right at the road here. We come up, and there we are. Let's see what we can do right here, right now. Last one. She's back to 0. So that this will be the 3rd shot at 100 yards. We've done 3 at 500 and 3 at 1,068. So here we are at 100 yards again. Right there. Guys, this scope tracks. There's no doubt in my mind. Telson Optics. 1068, it's quite possibly the clearest scope I've ever run at that distance. I've run Night Force, I've run Bushnell, I've run Burris, I've run my Vortex Razor. I actually took the Vortex Razor off of this for this scope. It is crystal clear at 1068. I mean, that thing is awesome. I'm only running it, what am I at? 18 power. Even at 32, it might be the clearest scope I've ever looked at 32 power. I know that's all subjective. I know my eyes are different than everybody's. I know there's a graph or there's a meter or there's something out there that can actually test it, but I understand what chromatic aberration is. I don't see any at all. It's clear edge to edge all the way out. Now let's walk on down to the 100-yard target and let's see what she looks like. See you in a second. All righty, we're walking up the road here, the gravel road, heading to 100. We're going to look at this thing. You guys are going to see it as I come up on it. So again, just as a recap, I put one in the 1-inch dot at 100 yards, transitioned to 500 yards. It's like 498. And then I transitioned to 1068. So we had put one in the 1-inch dot, rolled to 500. That's honestly child's play at 3,200 feet per second in that 109 burger. And then rolled up to 1068. First shot was successful. Came back to 5, successful. Came back to 1, put one in the dot. Went to 5. Went to 1068, missed due to a wind call. And then came all the way back to 1. So there's your target test right there. That is 3. That's 2 in one hole effectively, and then there's the third one. Actually, no, I think, did I put 3 or 4 at 100?
I think 3.
So 3 at 100 there. So guys, this thing tracks.